and welcome to my channel, which is Complementary Economics. And today's concept, I'll be starting with a new chapter, which is money and banking. One of the very important chapter according to the blueprint. So the first class, the question which I have picked, that is functions of RBI. RBI is nothing but it's a Reserve Bank of India. Each and every country they will be having one central bank. The same way, even in India, we have one central bank which controls all the money transaction, money controls. Our leader of a money market, so that is RBI, Reserve Bank of India. Reserve Bank of India actually started in the year of 1934 according to the Act of, and 1935 full-fledged it started, and finally in 1949 we changed as a Central Bank of India. We renamed it on 1949 January 1st. Right now the 25th governor of RBI is Shaktikant Das, and finally the head office of RBI we have in Mumbai. This is the introduction part. Starting with that, so we'll talk about the classification of functions of RBI. The RBI functions we classified into three different ways. The first one is a traditional function, the second one is development functions, and the third one is other functions. So let me talk about the first function, which is traditional function. There are so many functions. There are 8 functions we have in the traditional function. The first one is monopoly of note issue. The central bank, the first most important activity what they involve themselves, that is issuing currency notes to everybody. Issuing currency notes, so it can be 10 rupees, 5 rupees, 100 rupees, 20 rupees, 1000 rupees, 500 rupees. These days we have 2000 rupees and 200 rupees also. After the demonetization we got the new currencies too. So in this case, yes, the only one bank which is authoritative, they can issue the currency, they have the monopoly. Other than them, nobody can issue the currency. That's the reason why we are coming with a word like monopoly. Only they have the authority to issue the note. Other than the 1 rupee, every note will be issued by RBI. On the other hand, the second feature, the second function what we have, bankers to the government. The second function, bankers to government. The government, behalf of a government, always RBI works as an agent to the RBI. Whatever issues we have, whatever transaction, funds, any related decisions making we have to do, all the decision making behalf of a government RBI is going to do. So that's the reason why we say RBI exactly works like an agent for a government. It can be any transaction, any decision making regarding money, your fund transaction, everything will be done by RBI. So that's why at the same time, whenever government is going to face any kind of a financial crisis, they are in need of any finance, that time RBI is going to help them by transferring funds. That's the reason why we say RBI is not only the bank for India, at the same time it is bankers to government also, because government whenever they need, the RBI is going to support them financially, at the same time any logical way. The third reason, the third function what we have, that is bankers to bank. Every bank, especially we are talking about the commercial bank, each and every commercial bank, whatever activity they are doing, they have to up to date everything to the RBI each and every day. Any transaction what they are doing, what is the interest rate they are fixing, how many people are opening their deposits, how much deposit they have got, how much loan they are waiving, each and every information they have to update to the RBI. So that's the reason why we say it is not only bank for government, at the same time it is banks to a bank also. Each and every commercial bank, whenever they need, they're going to take a help of RBI. So that's why we call it as bankers to bank. And the next one, lender of last resort. The fourth point in a traditional function, that is lender of last resort. So that means whenever anybody in the financial crisis, like we public, so whenever we face any kind of a financial crisis, we always go to a commercial bank to borrow money. So borrow a loan. At the same time, whenever commercial banks are going to face any financial crisis, finally they're going to visit RBI by asking help. So that's why we call it as lender of last resort. If anybody is not going to help, at the end we know that RBI is going to help commercial banks by giving any number of loans. related to money market. Every transaction to the RBI, so that's why even we call it as clearing house. Whatever the transaction up-to-dates they are doing in every day, that should be updated to RBI, so that's why even we call it as clearing house. And the next one, leader of money market. Any decisions regarding money. So how much transaction we are doing, what will be the interest rate in the market, each and every decision RBI is going to take instead of everybody. So that's why we call it as leader of money market, because they are the one finally who is going to take any decision about the money market. So then controller of credit through CRR, which is CRR and SLR, cash reserve ratio, which is CRR, SLR, which is statutory liquidity ratio. Through CRR and SLR, I'm going to talk about CRR and SLR in the future few of the concepts, open market operations, when I'm going to discuss about. In that topic, briefly I'm going to explain what is CRR and SLR. Right now it is not that important to talk about, so let's talk about controller of a credit. Through SLR and the CRR, RBI is going to control the credit supply in the public, in the economy. And the last one, custodian of foreign exchange reserve. So only RBI is having authority, a full authority to control, to have all the kind of foreign exchange reserve. What is foreign exchange reserve? That means one country currency will be changed to another country currency, that will be called as a foreign exchange. What is foreign exchange reserve? If you are holding some other country's currencies with you, so then it will be called as foreign exchange reserve. That means you are holding some other country's currency with you to use it whenever you feel like. It can be for the sake of a trade, it can be for any other reason. You are holding, you are storing some other country's currency with you. So that only power, it is owned by RBI. Only RBI is having this power other than anybody else. So that's why we say that custodian of foreign exchange reserve, they can hold any other country's currencies with them. So these are the 8 traditional functions what we have. Other than this, we have development functions too. The development functions, when it comes about, the first development function is agriculture finance. So we have a different department, so which is going to help the agriculture sector. We have one of the bank which is called as the NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and the Rural Development, which is called as the NABARD. So this is one of the bank which directly RBI is going to finance the NABARD. Through this cooperative banks and the self-help groups, it will be channelized. Finally, they are going to reach the needy people in the rural area, the people who really needed any agriculture things, any agriculture loan, they will be getting directly any loan, any borrowings. And the second development function is what we have, that is industrial finance. The people who want to involve themselves in the industrial sector, they want to invest money, if they are facing any kind of a problem, for that also we have a different department which is going to handle industrial finance through IDBI and ICICI. So these are the couple of banks which is going to help directly industrial sector for the industrial finance. So after agriculture finance and the industrial finance, after the development functions, we have the last one which is other functions. In the other functions, we have the first one, research function. In the research function, so they're going to come with all the kind of activities like researching anything. Researching like how much deposits we got this year, what will be the interest rate, what is happening, each and every information about the banking sector, money market, everything will be they're going to collect the information and they're going to be publish this. So that's called research function, collecting each and every information about the banking sector, money transaction, to keep a public in a transparent place. So how much they are getting money and what is the foreign exchange they are doing, how much money they are borrowing, how much money we are lending, how we'll get the clear picture as a public, to keep us very transparent, to get our trust. What RBI is doing is, they collect all the information regarding money and money transaction they're going to publish this. That's done by research function. And the last one, you have special function. In the special function, the people who are working in the banking sector, that should be they'll be conducting seminars, they'll be conducting vivas, at the same time conducting banking exams, giving them training. So these all works are done by special function. So this way, three different divisions like traditional function, development function, and the other functions. So these are the functions which will be handled by RBI. So I hope you are liking the videos. Please do subscribe and like. Thank you so much. Meet you guys with the next one more important video. Thank you.